Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. I'm just still adjusting my comment screen. There we are. I remembered to switch it to live chat, but I didn't actually put the comment stream onto the feed system. Well, today we're going to have a look at Manjaro 18.0. This was released a few days back. I wanted to do Fedora first, so if you did not check out the Fedora video from yesterday, you can check it out. But this one will be a quick look at Manjaro. And I think I'm going to record this one so I can re-release it edited. Because, you know, of course, it's a live stream, so we'll probably be here for about an hour or so at least. And then I'll get all sorts of, it's a quick look, it's an hour. Well, deal with it, man. I used to be a college professor. An hour for a college professor to talk, man. We love hearing the sounds of our own voice. So, come on. Let us be, man. Let us be. But anyway, hello everybody. Alger, how's it going there? So much hate because people cannot understand how Manjaro works and for who Manjaro is. I don't know if there's a lot of hate. The only hate that I've seen about Manjaro, which is well justified, is sometimes the people in the community are actually jerks. And that's kind of the problem. Since I don't generally interface with the communities as much, I don't generally ask for a lot of help. I have not seen that personally. But the few people that I've talked to who have tried Manjaro, their communities were borderline abusive. And so that's why there's some hate for Manjaro. But we're not going to evaluate that today. We are going to go ahead and we're just going to look at the distro today for what it is. Super Chat just came in, so thank you very much. Is that Analog? Analog, thank you for the Super Chat. I appreciate that, my man. Or woman. I don't know if you're a man or a woman or a sparkly unicorn. I'm not sure. Lamarck, hello there. Linux 3D, greetings. And Algar is from Poland. Hello, Poland. So we got some Poland. We got some United States. Happy Halloween, everybody. I was going to think about doing, you know, maybe myself headless or something, but I couldn't get the green screening right, or I couldn't get the mask system right without turning around and using the green screen. I just didn't feel like using the green screen. I've got piles of things going on right now, and I looked into one of my AWS servers today, and I realized, I think I have to go in there and actually make some adjustments to how the server's working. So, whoops. But anyway, let's see. Happy Halloween to everybody. Q and Fiend, greetings there. I think we have a quorum of folks who are also contributors on the Patreon streams. I left a note on Patreon and Think Life Media. If you guys can have a look at that link that I left and give me some thoughts, we can narrow out what we want to talk about tomorrow. But no fair spoiling to anybody what we're going to be doing on tomorrow's live stream, which will be a supporter stream. I'm going to want to say 7 o'clock. Okay, as well, already handing out candy. No Halloween there. I'm guessing we have Halloween here, but I don't know. For whatever reason, people don't go around our neighborhood, probably because it's small and way out of the way, which is probably okay with me. Of course, I'll probably get people knocking on the door for the first time. I don't know. But anyway, hello, Kyle. Greetings. Happy Halloween. Who's ready for the Christmas onslaught tomorrow? Yeah, I know. It's all, I mean, come on. What do you mean tomorrow? It's already here. It's already here. Let's see. Gotta go. Before you go, I want to say this. Farron OS Plasma is now an official thing. It's going to be happening. All right, so check out the Farron OS blog for Plasma. That's kind of cool. But too late in the day for Farron. Yep. All right, try it on VM. What do you think about the new Plasma version of Solus? I have not looked at it yet. Maybe I should. I mean, I keep on hearing about it. Maybe I should go ahead and look at that. Hello there, Chip. And is Chip running KDE now? Are you running Manjaro KDE? What's with the logo change there, Chip? Gnome is a curated rolling distro that works, requires minimal maintenance, is made by pragmatism in mind. Okay. All right. Okay. Reason is going to the download page. Happy Halloween, Quint. Greetings to you. Currently handing out candy, too old to trick or treat. You know that in some places, this is insanity. In some places, if you're over the age of 13, you're caught trick or treating, they actually issue you a fine. For the love of God. Check, please. I want out of here. Fortunately, I am a member of the reptilian alien race, so I don't have to stick to this planet. I'm just here to, you know, just garner the cause, infiltrate, things like that. Looking at the chat. Yes, I was looking at the chat. I just hadn't said anything yet. Yep. Hello, Paul. And yes, I did do the Fedora 29 yesterday. You can have a look at that. Manjaro flavor, I'm going to be doing XFCE because that is the official desktop environment of Manjaro. And actually, in my opinion, I think Manjaro does XFCE better than anybody else does, with the possible exception of Peppermint. But I think Peppermint is more of a hybrid. I don't remember. Okay, not crazy over 18.0 release. XFCE, don't like what they did with the theme. It seems to run different. Oh, really? Okay, we'll have a look at it. I'm afraid of BSD, WMS, and Haiku. Nah, BSD is just so limited. I don't want to spend the time to do things with it. Of course, my router runs BSD because I'm running a pfSense router. So, of course, my router is BSD. But as far as running it on a desktop environment, I think it's just too limited. If I wanted to be limited, I don't know. Maybe I'd run Mac, you know? I don't know. Yes, why not GNOME? Because it's not the. I think there is a official release that's not community. Is there? Yeah, there is an official release that's not community, but XFCE is the primary. But I don't know. Maybe I'd look at both of them. I don't know. Hello, Daniel. Don't scare me like that. Fat Cat. Yep, Fat Cat's right here, and he's gonna get fatter because then he's gonna get some treats by the end of the day. GNOME and KDE are official flavors as well. Yeah, I guess that's true. Hello, Joe. Joe. Joe, be kind to me, Joe. I'm looking at Manjaro today. Just be kind, man. Just be kind. We'll try and be an objective here. Hello, Ricky. How's it going there? I might have time to chat today if you want, Ricky. Let me just finish this and then do dinner, and I don't know. As long as I get this Nextcloud installation done for tomorrow, I should be good. Injured both my arms, so I'm not going to upload for 5 or 6 days. You injured both of your arms? How'd you do that, man? Don't do that. Pizza, I might need to test another stun server soon, too. I have to rebuild part of it if you're around. If you can, I don't know, touch the computers, I don't know. Oh, boy. Okay, thank you again, Analog, for the super chat. We always appreciate that. If you don't like your distros, community, install Gentoo. There you go. I've experience with Manjaro community. Yes. Digital Entity. How's it going there? Actually, whoever has a laptop with NVIDIA, Optimus, Manjaro works fantastic. Very cool. Very cool. And hello, Digital Entity. I don't remember seeing you before. So if you are new, welcome. Toran Shaw, I also don't remember seeing you as well. Just crashed after getting back from the local Linux meet. Very cool. Manjaro's fake Linux distro, it should be renamed CNN Linux. Who hates Manjaro? So childish to hate a distro. Yeah, there's distros I'm not a fan of, but I'm not sure if there's one I sit down and say, I absolutely hate this crap. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Only distro you're allowed to hate is Hannah Montana Linux. I don't know. Got in a bike accident. I was looking for Halloween route and did a sharp turn, lost control of the bike, slammed my brakes, and slipped into the curb. Ended up breaking the bike. Though my dad was able to fix it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my man. Well, get better. Get better, man. Must have had at least 40 kids show up tonight, and I ran out of candy to give out. Wow. Manjaro KDE. All right, Manjaro. See, you should edit that to have like do like the KDE logo with like the Manjaro lines behind it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Oh, it hurts to use the mouse. Ouch. Hurts if you type too fast. All right. Okay. I don't know if Justin Bieber Linux seems dumber than Hannah Montana Linux. I don't know. It might be. I don't know. But if you use Justin Bieber Linux, you have to eat your burritos sideways. Okay? Eat them from the middle. I mean, that's what you got to do. Being anonymous for Halloween. There you go. We are anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. There you go. All right. No tricks, no treats. Oh. Had to uninstall all my theming to upgrade to Fedora. Really? See, that's why I don't like Fedora, man. Come on. Halloween is a satanic thing. I would completely disagree. Halloween started because of the Catholic Church. It was branded evil by the Puritans who wanted nothing to do with the Catholic Church. I'm actually writing an entire book on the subject of holidays. It should be out by the end of the year. I'm waiting for my co-author to get me 3 more essays, and we're doing final draftings here soon. But yeah, you know. Okay, what happened to my hair? I stuck my head in a lawnmower, and it was invigorating. Female version of Robin Tell for Halloween. Reference to a video game. Just installed Manjaro 18. All right, been gaming on all day. Trick-or-treaters at the door, non-stop. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. Made me a mod back before. Can you get that back? Need to block some trolls. Sure, you can be a mod, Chip. I think I trust you enough. Okay, hello, Anna-Rita. Greetings. Okay, Manjaro is in #1 on DistroWatch ranking. I know it doesn't mean much, but it's interesting. I think they got there. I'm running on the conspiracy theory that that there's bots pushing the numbers up, and I think Elementary started to do the same thing too. All right, well, let's go ahead and dive on in. Let me go ahead and start recording so that I'm going to go ahead and rerun the intro here. I'm going to record this so I can get a more concise version of this up when after we're done here. Welcome back to Switch2Linux. Well, Manjaro 18 came out the other day, and so I wanted to have a quick look at it. And of course, like usual, we are going to start by jumping on over and looking at their website. So Manjaro, if you are unaware, this is a Arch-based rolling release distro. I like, if I were to use Arch, Manjaro is the way I like to do it. It plays a lot easier with more hardware than Antergos. It has a lot better control over your kernel modules, and it has a little bit more vetting of packages before they're rolled out to it. That being said, Arch isn't nearly as unstable as maybe it used to be. I've run Manjaro several times on my computers without running any issues. I'm more comfortable in the Debian branch, which is why I run Mint and some other things. And additionally, I don't like my software constantly changing their versions, and that's one of the things that happens. But for those that do need to always stay on the cutting edge, Manjaro is definitely the best Linux distro that I would recommend for a person in that case. And I really like it. And I've used the basic XFCE, I've used the Budgie, and I've used Deepin quite extensively. So of course, the new version came out. So let's have a look at their news. And with the news, basically there's a lot of changes. There's some major changes in the KDE, and there's some major changes in the Budgie. I believe there's some new versions. On top of that, it does have the Linux kernel 4.19, but it maintains, I think you can still use like, I don't know, 8 or 10 or so kernels right out of the box directly from the repos. And so also they've increased some NVIDIA support and increased some more netbook support. So in theory, if you have a newer type of system, you might actually get a little bit better support out of this. The other thing about it is if you come on over to the downloads and you take a look at the downloads, there's some official flavors, XFCE being their primary. This is the one we're going to be looking at today. They also have an official KDE, official GNOME, and then they have the Architect. I believe this one allows you basically to, build the system the way any way you like. But they also have, under the download link, they have some community releases. Much like Ubuntu has a variety of community releases. These are current spins. So they have the Awesome. They have BSPWM. And then Budgie, this is one of my favorites because I do like the Budgie desktop environment quite a bit. Cinnamon being my favorite desktop environment. They have Deepin, and I did an extensive video set on the Deepin, both Deepin OS and Manjaro, and a comparative between the two. And then they have the i3, LXDE, LXQT. This would be like running Peppermint Manjaro style, and then we have the Mate desktop and open box. So there are a lot of official flavors, probably more, I think, on this than anything else as far as easy to install official flavors. Like I said, we're going to run this in the, we're going to run the XFCE for this. And so let's go ahead and start up our virtual box and go ahead and see what we can do here. All right, so when we are started with the screen here, we have a few options. We can choose our keyboard, our time zone, our language, and then driver. So if you're using like NVIDIA, you might want to enable the non-free. So free and non-free will determine what type of driver set you're using. If you're trying to install this and you have some compatibility issues, go ahead and change this driver to non-free, and then determine what you're going to boot. And let's just go ahead and click the button there, and we are off and running. So of course we're going to be booting this into a live, and then so what we're going to do here is as this boots into live, let's just go ahead and run the install, and we'll see how long that takes. Almost there. Almost there. All right, so we are now booted into the desktop, and we are greeted with the screen here. This is the welcome screen. So we have README documentation, a variety of supports, things like this, and then we have this nice button here to launch the installer. Let's just go ahead and launch the installer. All right, so over here we can choose what is our various, language set, what is our location, keyboard, all this stuff kind of looks good. Let's see what kind of partitions we get. Oh, we already have one package updater to go. Gathering system information. All right, so here we can install alongside. We can replace a partition. We're just going to go ahead and erase the disk if I can. There it goes. So we're going to go ahead and erase the disk. You can see it's giving us Manjaro. It's giving us this huge swap partition. But, oh, well, I don't care. All right, name of the computer. We're going to call it Manjaro. All right, and we're going to log in. We don't need to log in automatically. We're going to use the same password for the administrator account. You can keep that separated if you want to. Go ahead and run the installer. About to make changes to the disk. You'll not be able to undo these. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and run with it. Uh-oh, installation failed. I could not run my partitioning. Uh-oh, that's exciting. Let's try that again. All right, erase disk. We're going to try that one more time. If that doesn't work, in fact, you know what? I'm pretty sure that won't work anyway. We're going to go ahead and cancel the installer. And let's go ahead and see if we have the disks utility. I don't have a disks utility. Let's try it again. We might just have to look at it as a live key. All right, I'm gonna take Chip off the mod for now because I'm seeing a lot of my other mods are telling Chip that he's going too far with Joe, and I realize that I understand. Joe has had a really bad experience with Manjaro and doesn't like it, and Chip really likes Manjaro. There's kind of the thing. So, Chip, I'm going to take you off mod for this one, and because I have Mark and I have Saddle Ridge and I have Pizza and Quint and Frost, and I know that they're also really good mods. So I'm going to do that, and it's just this. And after this, Chip, please, I will remod you again. It's just I don't want to fight between all the mods on this right now. It's just a matter of trying to be fair to everybody. Yes, I understand there's a concern that, you know, and Joe legitimately has had very bad experiences with the Manjaro community. And I know that you also really like the Manjaro community, so I'm kind of in a hard spot. So I'm going to do that for now. No offense to either of you involved, or just going to let the other mods take over for now. See, I'm not able to create that, and I don't have the disk partitioning to fix this. So I don't know, maybe I could add it. Okay, what is, I think it's, is it SY? No. Yeah, is it SSY? I'm forgetting my install commands for Pac-Man. All right, let's go another way. Let's X out of this. I'm forgetting my commands for for running Pac-Man here. So let's do search repositories, refresh database. I don't even know the password for Manjaro. I tried Manjaro, I tried Linux, and I tried keeping it blank. We're just going to look at the live key today. All right. So what do we have on the desktop? So somebody said that the theming didn't look quite as good. I don't know. I think it's still a really good job for XFCE. Maybe it's not the best. All right, so the tools that you get, we have education, we have games, so we have Steam built in out of the box. Last time I tried running Manjaro, it was a while ago, but Steam did not work right out of the box. You actually had to uninstall it, purge it from your system, and then reinstall it, and that actually enabled it to work. So we have Firefox, we have a SSH server browser, HexChat, Skype is built in, that's a little weird. Multimedia, we have Audacious, Pulse Audio, we have VLC, we have the full suite of LibreOffice installed, which is good. All right, here's our settings. And then here is our systems, add remove software. Can somebody tell me in there, Chip, if you're still here, what's the default password for, the default username and password for the live key? Does anybody know? SYUSYY for updating. And I need the default admin password. Anybody know that out of the live key? All right. Okay. Let's jump on over to our, not that one. That's why I don't like doing these live anymore. When I install it on my system, I can get all the bugs out of it. I'll look that up. I can look it up as well. Let's have a quick look here. Web browser. Manjaro and Manjaro. I tried Manjaro. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Refresh databases. Ah, that is it. It is Manjaro. I must have just spelled it wrong. All right. There we are. Now we are refreshing files. What I'm doing is I'm going to install disks so I can actually wipe out the disk because I don't see it on the live key here. Let me check again. Let me check the system tools while that's refreshing. There's gparted. No, I don't. No, I did not mean to hit commit. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and install disks. This is the one I prefer. Let's apply this, commit that. Okay. There we are. Here's our disks. Just delete this. And see, I can't even delete the partition here. All right, file system. Wow, this is crazy. Maybe these are some of those problems with Manjaro. It's just not, it's not really cooperating. Yeah, you know, I don't like the theming and then I don't know what the, images all are, you know? Yeah, there's something wrong with that disk. It does not want to run that disk. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Hello, Jesse Crypto. How's it going there? Let's take 2. I don't usually have this many issues with Manjaro. Although I have had it once before. Yeah, maybe there's some issues with 18 where it just doesn't want to work right. Password, yeah, it's Manjaro. It is Manjaro. All right, let's try launching the installer again. Let's see what we get. That's good, that's good, that's good. Going to erase disk. You do have the option for encryption if you saw it there. Hey, it looks like it's working this time. Apparently getting disks in there and then wiping out the first part actually kind of works. Woohoo, we are officially installing. Let's go ahead and have a look at our comments while that installs. All right. Okay, SwitchedtoLinux hates elementary OS. I don't hate elementary OS. I just don't think it's a particularly good distro. How to install Manjaro with UEFI? I'm not sure if it supports it. I just don't know. I generally don't install UEFI just because I install to an external system that I constantly am changing the distros. I don't want to have to mess with it. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. That's not the screen I wanted. I wanted this screen here. Oh, Manjaro is number one. Let's see. Okay. My wife's handing out toothbrushes with 2 candy each. She has a friend who works at the dentist who gave her 200 toothbrushes. Nice. There you go. Hey, that's something you don't expect. You got candy, but you got to brush your teeth tonight, too. Hello, World of Linux. Hello there. Okay. It's been a long time since I've watched your live streams because of school. All right. Well, welcome back, World of Linux. Rightfully so. Halloween is more Christian than Christmas. Technically, well, I don't know. Maybe. Okay. You guys say GNOME sucks. Look at EOS. Ew. Yeah. I mean, I'll take GNOME over Pantheon personally. Check out the Manjaro cinnamon compared to Linux Mint cinnamon. I think I did that on a distro, like on a showdown once. I'm not sure. Just use Halloween as an excuse to dress up and eat corn, candy corn. Yep. Yeah, well, that's pretty much all holidays are now all about consumerism now, so. Trying to make KDE identical to Pantheon? Why would you want to? No, that's cool. That's the cool thing about KDE. You can do anything with it you want. Too locked down to be a daily driver. Yep. We did a few days ago. He keeps following people use Manjaro and just runs his mouth. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, we need to respect everybody's thoughts, you know? I mean, there's people here who really love Manjaro. There's people here that don't. You know, we can understand that I know from multiple different accounts that the Manjaro community needs to clean itself up a little bit. That's for sure. Been a Mint user for a hot minute, but now that Manjaro's NVIDIA Prime setup is better, I've switched. Very cool, very cool. How's it working for you? Is it working good? Okay, I'll get together and talk with Tom about the troublemaker. Yeah. Okay, they've changed the grub menu. I don't know if that was the grub theme. That's just how Manjaro usually is. Oh, my apologies for buffering. My OBS is just going haywire right now. I don't know. Well, it's down and up. Like to look at EOS, but I'm running Mint Mate right now. My wife is using EOS and likes it. Very good. Very cool, Ken. How's it going there? Hello, Ben Fitzpatrick. How's it going there? I eat no candy as I just asked my wife to make dessert and she goes, sure. Making chocolate cake. Do I need to do a chocolate cake recipe? How about a layered cream-filled chocolate cake? That sounds tasty. I had bad experience installing Gentoo, but I'll go everywhere saying Gentoo is bleep because of it. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't that Manjaro wasn't working. It's that the Manjaro community is downright rude at times. I don't necessarily have a problem with it because I generally don't go into the community forums for specific help, but I'm sure if I did, I would probably get some backlash. And that's the thing. So, but we have to, you know, just walk away from it, you know. Why are the icons so small? That is a good point. The icons are indeed very small by default. I think that's something you can change, but... Alright. The issue needing more than 25 gigabytes install. Oh, really? That might have been the issue, but it seemed to be something wrong with not being able to wipe out that partition, but it seems to be good. Linux other stuff wasn't for him. Sometimes same profile picture, different person. What's a good distro for wine? I've actually had good luck with wine on Manjaro and also on Linux Mint. Spoken like a peacemaker. Hey, I try. I try. And we are just rebooting now, so we're going to jump back on over to the distro here in just a minute, and I'll go back into my recording video mode. It's taking forever to reboot, though. Yeah, Gpart should work, but I mean, I know how to do everything, you know, with my eyes closed with disks, so I just install disks for that. Anyone know the answer to the question here? What's a good distro for wine? Yeah, Manjaro works. I've had good luck with Linux Mint as well. Okay, create a new partition, so using a new one. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have enough disk space. I couldn't get rid of that big partition. Oh, hold on. Yeah, the ISO seam, check some of the ISO seems good. Part would probably be your best bet. Yeah, like I said, I know how to do it perfectly with disks. What I was trying to do. It was just something goofy with the disk that was in there. What's Manjaro based on? Is Deb? Manjaro is it's an Arch-based system. It uses Pacman and Pamac, and basically, yeah, I mean it's an Arch-based system. Which cares most about privacy? Mint, Ubuntu, or Elementary? Mint. Mint is the best for privacy. Problem with Manjaro, when you are installing it, it says, oh, reboot the system. Well, it doesn't ever kick the ISO out that like Ubuntu does. And so it reboots the system right back into the installer. So shut the thing down and reboot it again. Yeah, just don't go to the Arch forums. Manjaro does have UEFI support. Okay, thank you. I hate Pop! OS Elementary, worst two GUIs I've ever seen. I'm kind of with you. I'm not a big fan of them. So you prefer Mint over... Why do I prefer Mint over Manjaro? Okay, number one is more stability. It doesn't roll new packages as readily, which is exactly what I want. It is based on... Part of it is the subjective fact that it's based on Debian, and I'm just better with Debian based builds. And I like the feel of it better. I like that it doesn't absolutely force everything up to date. That's just kind of the case. So that's kind of my thoughts. That's kind of my thoughts on that. Hello, Noah. Greetings. All right. Well, this is rebooted, so we're going to jump on back over here. All right. So we have installed, and we are back into the VirtualBox. First thing I notice is I don't have my full screen at this point in time. We're going to go ahead and see if we can do that. So, of course, everything here is the same except the Applications button is different. So here is a place where we can add new applications. So this is actually a pretty nice application manager. So we can come over here. We can see Firefox is installed. It gives us all of the other browsers that are available. This is an awesome setup here. It gives us Thunderbird. We have a few other options here as well. I prefer Evolution. That's kind of my favorite. I'm not going to make any application changes yet. Backup utilities, we have Time Shift and Deja Dupe. Never heard of that one. Text editors, we give a mouse pad, and we have a few other options. So you can kind of walk through here and see what options you have and what you can install. So I really like this system. This is a very nice tool out of the box. Let's go first into display and see if I can get my screen running full screen or not. Hopefully I can. Well, maybe. Apparently display did not want to work for me. Let's try that again. Yeah, apparently the display doesn't want to work for me. So that's kind of sad. Kind of saddens me here. Okay, can we just do settings manager? Let's try this. Let's go with display here. Yeah, apparently I'm not going to be able to change my display settings there. And I don't remember my terminal commands for that. I'm sure somebody does, but I'll miss them in my comments going through. So we're just going to go ahead and just use it with the small screen. As far as the theming, I generally like the Manjaro XFCE theming. I think it looks better than most of the other XFCEs. Of course, with XFCE, you can drag your menu. You can make it bigger, smaller. It has a search bar right out of the box. It opens up to your favorites, and you have all the variety of different tools here. So under accessories, we have our archive manager, the calculator, device manager for HP, whole lot of things. So if you are into a minimal system, this may or may not be your thing. As far as memory, it's using 8% of the total memory. There's 6 gigs on here, so it's using a fairly small amount of memory. So that's kind of good news. As far as, let's see, education, we have math, games, we have Steam pre-installed. For graphics, we have GIMP pre-installed on this. And internet, Firefox. We do have Skype, which some people might really like. Some people might find that a little creepy or bad. We have Audacious for listening to music, VLC. There's some Pulse Audio for adjusting your volume settings. And then these guys here, I believe these are going to be links to the online inside of like a container. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. So yeah, so this is basically taking us to a web interface container for that. So I guess what I'd have to say about this is good in the event that for people who utilize these Microsoft services, this is great. But this is bad in the respect that, you know what? Some people probably don't want to boot up a Linux distro when they're escaping Microsoft for privacy and then find all of these things. So what I've generally done is I go in and when I install these, I just kind of wipe out all of these things out of the box. I'm just not really interested in seeing all of that out of the box. That's just my thought. Another observation somebody made is that, yeah, the desktop icons are very small. I'm sure we can change all that in our settings. Let's go ahead and look at the systems. We have our add remove software. So Manjaro, this is the same package manager that you're going to get from any Manjaro build, which is a little different. Some distros are going to give you whatever package manager comes with that. For example, you will get Discovery with KDE, and I'm pretty sure that you will still always get this one here, which if I remember correctly is POMAC. And apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correct. Of course, you can come into your preferences and we need to enter our password to authenticate into there. And then this is where you can remove unrequired dependencies. You can enable that or disable that. Here's your official repositories. You can use mirrors from direct locations. Okay, so some people will warn you against using the Arch user repository. Some people, if you need it, will turn it on, search for a package, and then turn it off. The good news about it is it will have virtually anything you want installed. The bad news about it is it will have anything, and there's not a lot of checking as to what's in there. So you got to be careful with that. And then you can clean the caches out and things like that. So that's the good thing about the system. I really like this tool. You also have the ability to right-click the Manjaro logo there and have a lot of kernels to choose from. So this one is currently running 4.19. You have the variety of using a whole lot of different kernels right out of the box. They said that they have more kernels than anybody. I actually think Linux Mint might have more. And I know I think I run like 4.4 or something on mine, I think. But this is running 4.19 right now. You have the ability to move between any of these kernels builds that you want as you are going through. Here is a notice for update. So you do get a very nice update indicator in the panel, which is very nice. I keep on typing my password wrong to update that. I can't type today. There we are. I think that's right, but I'm not completely sure. All right, yep, that was right. All right, there should be a few other applications in here we want to look at. Let's see, add remove software. Manjaro Hello, which has the original software that we looked at before. So this applications tool is the one that we looked at before. So this one here is, so there's some more of the advanced and the basic. You can go in and you can look for software by individual categories. I'm not sure what's going on with our display application. That's not running for some reason. I don't know why that is. We have a settings manager, settings editor, Manjaro notification settings. So this will enable, so if you want to be notified of various kernels or not, you can enable that, which will give us various notifications. Qt5 settings. All right, so this is a settings configuration for xfconfig. So basically just toggles, turning things on and off. I'm not as familiar with this system. Mostly I just don't use XFCE a whole lot. But if you know what that is, you can get in there and use that. Oh, that's the one I just had. All right, so inside of your settings, we can change our appearance, our desktop. Let's see, preferred applications. Gotta remember where the full settings panel is again. I don't use XFCE enough. I should use it more. It's good. I'm just not as familiar with it. I always have the same problem with on this and on Mate, finding all the entire settings panel. Okay, there's our workspaces. There's one panel that'll control all of that. There we are. That's what I was looking for. All right, so here you can adjust the About Me. This is kind of your user preference. You can enter in information. Under Appearance, these are the various themes that we have, so we can change our theme settings like this. And again, I have always thought that Manjaro did the best job of theming up XFCE than anybody. I've always really liked their settings more than anyone. Here's your desktop, so you can a lot of wallpapers to choose from. That's pretty cool. A lot of nice wallpapers. Let's do that, and then zoom back in. Here's our menus. Here's our icons. Let's bump these up. That's not adjusting the desktop icons, I don't think. Yeah, I think that is. There we are. So now we got our icons a little bit bigger. All right. Notifications. This is... we can turn on or off and do not disturb method. And then for the theming, you can adjust the theming. You can adjust the position. Where do your notifications appear? So you have a variety. So there's a preview of what they look like. And then we have a variety of themes. Window Manager, window tweaks, preferred applications. As far as your panels on XFCE, you can add a variety of panels. We have one panel at the bottom, which is kind of set up like a Windows type model. You can actually put the panels horizontally. You can put it vertically. So there's putting the panel vertically, and then you have Desk Bar, which is a vertical, but then it inverts the icons. You can see what the difference looks like there. So you have a variety of ways, and you can drag the panels and put them anywhere. You can add multiple panels to them, and then there's a lot of different things you can do. It does have some of the best settings for panel settings and things like that. All right, let's see, settings editor. I think that's the same one we looked at before. Manjaro settings. All right, so this is a Manjaro settings configurator. So you can configure your various settings, user accounts, time, date, kernels, and then hardware configuration. This one's going to behave kind of like your drivers tool inside of Ubuntu. So you can see that it's installing VirtualBox things, which in theory we should actually be able to get in here, launch that displays application, and get into here. But for whatever reason, it's just not allowing the displays application to work. So that could be something that could be fixed with just rebooting the system. Here's our firewall. Probably disabled on default because that's what it usually is. I still can't type right now. All right, so you can see here we can enable our firewall. I generally keep firewalls disabled because the firewall I have in my office is pretty beefy. So. All right, so that's Manjaro. Looks pretty good. I like the the extra kernels. It seems to me very good. This theming is just fine to me. Some people who are used to Manjaro didn't like this theming as much. If I'm remembering vaguely, I do think I vaguely liked it before a little bit better, but this theming is still nice. It's fine. Certainly, definitely one of my favorite distributions, worth taking a look at. So that's my thought. Leave the thoughts in the comments below what your thoughts are. And don't forget to take a look at our shop, shop.switchedtolinux.com. You can pick up coffee cups, mouse pads, things like that, t-shirts. We also have extra support items at switchedtolinux.com/support, which will have all of the ways you can help support the channel. And check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/TomM. So thanks for coming along, and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down so I can put the comments back on this other screen here, and we'll hang out until I'm done. All right, let's see. Where was I at? Probably way at the top. I've probably lost a bunch of people's comments, so my apologies if I missed your comments. Some vampires are ready to pounce. Uh-oh. I think I've gotten through all those. Alrighty. I think I'm right around here somewhere. Called DistroTube. Yeah. He's definitely better with Under the Hood on Linux than I am. Okay, yeah, if you have no experience in Arch and you want to get experience in Arch, definitely Manjaro is probably the best place to go looking. That's what I would say. Because it's easy to use. It's on my list of easy distros for newbies. Which cares most about... Okay, we already did that. Which cares most about privacy? I would definitely say Mint. What's the advantage of using Manjaro over Debian Ubuntu? The advantage of using Manjaro over Debian and Ubuntu is that it has software that rolls faster. So if you need the latest versions, the latest applications, or you always use cutting edge hardware, the Manjaro is going to support cutting edge hardware and cutting edge applications better than Debian or Ubuntu. Or Mint or any of those. So that's really the biggest advantage to it. I think typical person will go through all of what you did to install Manjaro. No, but I also have not had that problem before. That was an issue that it didn't want to format the disk. And so I've actually had to do the exact same thing to install Linux Mint Debian Edition every time I've gotten it installed successfully. I've had to go through and do the same thing. Use disks, wipe it out, and get it running. That's an anomaly, and I'm going to cut it out of the. I'm going to cut that out of the video that I do. Hello, Steve's very own, and trick or treat to you. Let's had a fun little game now in their Doodle multiplayer raindrops, catching for ghosts. Nice. In school right now, I have a computer class and a teacher how to use Microsoft products like Word and Excel. Because of this, I want to learn how to use that knowledge and put on LibreOffice. Yeah, they're very similar, that's for sure. Well, there's a difference between privacy and security. Privacy, like Ubuntu wanted to start doing data collection of hardware, which a lot of people are like, oh, it's just hardware. Well, it's still something, though. Mint has come out and said, no, we're not going to do that at all. And Elementary, they just play with whoever gives them the... They're like the guy that hangs out with the cool kid because it's the cool kid. Whatever the cool guys are doing, they'll do. And so Mint takes more of a stance on privacy. That's what you asked about. As far as security, I would say they're equally secure. They both are going to get security patches as quickly as each other. So I wouldn't say that any of them are any different for security. Okay, hello Hank, how's it going there? One good advice for people who dual boot, mount your NTFS partition with fstab. So don't get Bumblebee right out of the box, so I don't see a reason to upgrade from Ubuntu. Manjaro still not work with NVIDIA GTX 970M. Uh-oh. That's why I get AMD graphics cards. Do you have experience with Zorin Paid? I do not. Pizza might have some knowledge about it, though. Can't blame a distro because of the community. Manjaro is basically Arch. So read Arch documentation and adopts to Manjaro as needed. Yep. Deepen with crossover can be interesting for wine lovers. Okay. I've lost my place. Thought Linux mailing list was the most abusive. Oh, okay, you might be right. The Linux mailing list might be the most abusive, and then it might be the Arch or Manjaro forums. I don't know. See you later, Charlie. Okay, know if they use proper moderators on their forums. There we go. Love to learn Manjaro one day, but this is turning me off. Now, Sleepy Eyes, that was a very unusual experience. Very unusual experience. I have not had that issue before. Still consider myself a Linux noob, sticking to Mint right now. Yeah, and that's fine too, you know. Sticking with Linux Mint works. Remove the apps should be implemented by the installer. Finally figured out how to get the pop-up chat. Now I can chat and do video editing at the same time. Wife just told me there's a kid as a Sherlock Holmes costume. My wife asked me, and he goes, it's 6 years because he finds clues like Blue's Clues cartoon. Nice. Hello, Craig. How's it going there? Next thing that will happen with Manjaro is eating your live disk. It might. Does time shift actually work? According to some people, yes. But the warning that I've heard about it is make sure you know how to use it from a terminal, because if you get to the point where you need to use time shift, you probably can only access the computer on a terminal. That being said, I think time shift is probably more of a useless application to me, because it's like system restore on Windows. Okay, like there's backup which does your files. Time shift doesn't mess with your files, it just does the system stuff. Well, the Linux system gets all messed up, it's just easier to reinstall the Linux system and drop your folder back in. It's a whole lot easier than it is to try and figure out how to get time shift to work, to put the system that broke on your computer anyway. Just download the new distro and put it back on. You know? But yes, in theory it does. Run off to a Total OS today. Oh, is TOS on? You need to install GCC to get guest editions. Okay, well. No, it said the guest editions were installed. It's just that the display application's not working for whatever reason. Display did not work for me either. Oh, really? Okay. So Daniel confirms if I add, I have to install guest editions 5.2.20 because apparently now Daniel, was that on a virtual box or was that on hardware? Because I'm on a virtual box, that could cause the problem. Web search access CE whisker menu, and you put a question before your query. OpenCISA, Tumbleweed, Fedora 29, or Megliza. Okay. Nice you suggest me as a mod for Tom streams, but I think I have no patience. Yeah, that's all right. Well, I mean, the OBS was going wonky, but at least the screen wasn't going conky, you know. Is there a Netflix app for Mint? I don't know. Does XFCE have a software center? I don't know if it does specifically. I'm not sure. iTunes? No. iTunes does not like Linux. You might be able to run it on Wine. If I need iTunes, I just spin up a virtual box with Windows. I froze for a second, but came right back. There you go. All right. I was playing Mr. Freeze for Halloween, you know. Graphics setting, change, removing, adding kernels is something that should be implemented in Ubuntu. You'd think they would. I mean, really. That's the one thing Ubuntu is probably missing. Why do most distros ship green out of the box? I think green just grows, so that's why they do it. I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone use Linux Mint that actually uses Netflix that can answer Mobius's question? I don't, so I don't know. Speaking of Skype, I went straight to the developer's website, opposed to getting my download at Microsoft or Hub. The version I've downloaded is 8.3. Yeah. Green is a great color. There you go. Mint was only successful because it copied Windows XP is overlooked. Well, maybe, well, I mean, in reality, I don't know if that's the only reason it's successful. Maybe it was successful because that's the layout somebody wants. I mean, look at the madness that occurred when Windows dropped that format to go with Windows 8, you'd think that the internet was about to die, and then they restored back to the same functionality. So maybe it's just that that's what people want. So I don't know. It's not easy being green. Am I the only one that uses photographs for wallpapers? No, I use photographs for wallpapers. Why so many staying on an old kernel? For me, I don't change kernels if my system is working. I don't like Apple, but they have good graphics design for their OS. I kind of disagree, but that's okay. Something about the original maker replaced by SJW or something. I don't know. It's wallpaper from Windows 8. Lots of colors just because it was good. Yeah. Love the theming. It's material design. Do you send t-shirts to Europe? My t-shirts are outsourced to Spreadshirt, and yes, they send t-shirts to Europe. Yep, just check out shop.switchedtolinux.com. Make sure you're in the European branch, and yes, they will ship to Europe. Straight to the original developer's website, opposed to getting my download at Microsoft or GitHub, other versions to avail. Oh, not staying active when you reboot. Okay. I would not have noticed that. Can you do a wine installation video? I think that might be something that needs a refresh. Yeah, I'll look into it. When I get a distro that's not Linux Mint Debian Edition, because I suspect that that probably won't work too well. I don't know. I could try it, though. KDE, you can bind shortcuts to the Windows key. That works fine, yeah. Any chance you will switch to Linux Mint Debian Edition in the near future? Probably not as a daily driver, but actually that's what I'm running on my computer right next to me right now. My media PC is running that. Hey, Fine Sony says Manjaro is noob friendly. I've been saying that for months. Most people disagree. I've not really had issues with it. My thoughts on Fedora 29. I did a video on Fedora. Hello, peoples. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, we're getting close to the bottom here, huh? You're gonna get your kitty treats soon. All right. I did a video on Fedora 29. You can take a look at that video. It was the video from yesterday. Liked Elementary's App Store, but I want freedom. Yeah, their App Store is not too bad. Sooner users learn to install OS again properly, like not storing a lot of their data on the OS partition, the better for users. What do I think about Elementary OS 5? I did a video on that too. Refer to that video. Footnotes. I don't like Elementary. Linux Mint Blog 19.1 should be out before Christmas. Very good. Hey, it's a Christmas present to all of us Mindies. TimeShift can also get your home folder, but it makes their backups bigger. Yep. What desktop EV am I using right now? Right now I'm using Cinnamon. I'm on Linux Mint Cinnamon 18.3. So it was VirtualBox. So apparently installing Manjaro, the current version of Manjaro in a VirtualBox, the display application doesn't work. You should get the VirtualBox guest editions in the repos are old. Yeah. Mint 19.1 will be based on what version of Ubuntu? Since it's a point release, it's whatever version it was, which I think is 1804. Why exactly can I run Dolphin as root? I don't know the reason why. Can't watch Netflix if you enable DRM on Firefox. So you can watch Netflix through Firefox with DRM enabled. Yep. iTunes works best in a VirtualBox with the video memory jacked up to 256 through the terminal. Yep. Mint does not force new kernels. Mint allows you to install different kernels, but Mint does not force new kernels. In fact, it's specifically separate from the updates. Manjaro, however, does generally force new kernels, which is probably a problematic thing. You found a minor, have you found a minor or major issues with Manjaro 18? The only minor issue I've seen so far is in a VirtualBox, the displays application doesn't seem to work, but I suspect that that's isolated to VirtualBox. It also did not want to install correctly. Not sure why. I had to run it three, 4 times to get it to work. Otherwise, no, I didn't really notice anything else. It might be something I look into a little bit more. Back, my niece and nephew dropped by for Halloween just for 3 minutes. Very cool. Very good. My main driver is Linux Mint Cinnamon. I'm using Linux Mint Cinnamon 18.3. Nice Wonder Woman inspired. They should have gone as Wonder Woman and Superman, you know. Manjaro is my daily driver. The only issue is sometimes no matter the browser, YouTube doesn't work. Love Fedora, but I don't like IBM. There you go. TOS is going live in 18 minutes. Okay. Why do some people like Elementary? What draws them to distro? I know some people just like it, you know. Great thing about the Linux community is a subjective of a world we're in. There's something for everybody. Yeah, Manjaro new kernel warning and updates can be disabled, yes. What if Mint 1810, wondering if it would be 1810 or 1804. No, Mint 1810 is not LTS. Mint only follows the Ubuntu LTS branch. So if 19 is on 1804, it's going to stay on 1804. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up this live stream the way every live stream should end, and then across the whole internet and scope of YouTube, and that is by feeding a really cute kitty. And then what we will do is, whoa, and we'll kind of wrap this up. Whoa, I was supposed to do that so you stuck your head in there. Do you want to stick your head in there for us? It's so cute when you do that, or your paw. Stick your paw in there, man. Here, put your paw in there. Paw in there. Get your paw in there. Go on. Did you get it? I don't think you got it. Here, I'll give you that one. And then we'll give you one more because I think you only got 2 out of that mix. You ready? And there you go. Are they finger up? Their finger looking good. Apparently they are finger licking good. Right, buddy. Huh. That's it. That's all you get. Yeah, that's all you got. It's Halloween, right? It's a full moon. Right, kitty? Oh, boy. All right, did you try this Manjaro on bare metal? See if it goes better. No, not yet. Never had a problems with YouTube in the browser. Boo, kitty. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? When we're done with the live stream, actually, I don't want you up there right now, okay? Come on. There. There you go. Firefox does have a problem with certain codecs, which are not enabled by default. Got full screen Manjaro by installing GCC. All right, you. All right. There you go, buddy. All right. Link for upcoming TOS stream. Everybody, take a look at upcoming TOS stream. I will probably not be there. It is about dinner time for me. But tell TOS I said hello. Remember, a distro is not worth fighting over. That is correct. Is Tessa out? I don't know. All right. Well, guys, I think that we will go ahead and drop this off. I'll probably just keep this live stream up just for a bit, and then I'll take it down and put an edited version up. maybe later on tonight. But in the meantime, guys, thanks for coming along and hanging out for, how long have we been on here? I don't even know how long we've been on. Oh, hour 15 minutes. All right, cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. We actually had 102 showing up right now, 75 as of right now, 278 playbacks, 105 total view time hours, and I think $5 in super chats. So thank you guys for all of that. And we will see you guys later. And tomorrow there should be another, a patron stream tomorrow, I believe. So go ahead and take a look at that. And I will probably do the drawing. This week is getting weird. I'm thinking I might do the drawing Saturday, or I might do the drawing Friday. I'll either do it Friday or Saturday. And Friday may not be the news. If the news is not Friday, then it is going to be my Saturday morning show, which is usually 12:30. I guess it's afternoon, but it's like 12:30. But I will keep you guys up to date. Keep an eye on the channel. We should have a video either way Friday, but it may or may not be the news. But in the meantime, also, happy Halloween. Don't be too much of ghosts and goblins, and have yourselves a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, or whatever.